Yeah, I think in fact, the best way to really teach or to go through and show you this is to demonstrate it, and that's what we're going to do here. In fact, we'd like to go and take a look at the upcoming deal of the week opportunities here. We always like to cover upcoming deals or deals that are either happening or just recently happened. And this week we're going to be talking about one that's coming up here soon in Angelina County, Texas. So we're going to go and take a look at that auction and some of the properties that are coming up in it. That's coming up in less than a few weeks here. So those properties are there. We're going to go online to check them out.
Yeah, really, and this has really opened up Texas to investors. Up until a few years ago, Texas really, you had to be there in person for all of their auctions. But now more and more counties, each month there's more counties that are moving over to the online system, which gives us an ability to invest in Texas without needing to be there in person.
All right, now I'm going to turn off my webcam here for a minute, and I'm going to pull up a couple of things here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to pull up here is the Aransas. I think that's Aransas. I think that's how they pronounce it. Oh, that's the link. Let's see here. You know what? We can go over and grab Angelina here. Hold on.
Oh,
Although these ones all look pretty good.
yeah, maybe I was looking at this one. Maybe I just put the name wrong.
You know, I was gonna say, man, if Angelina's looking pretty good too, we've got, there's lots of good sales here. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if there's some good looking properties in the Angelina sale as well. In fact, it could be worth checking out. Can you tell by looking at it?
Yeah, it was this county I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
In fact, if we go over to the left-hand side, we can see the external links. There's the property appraiser, there's the clerk of court, where we'd go do, and look for recorder records, but we can click on the property appraiser and pull up that website.
And we've got a couple different options here. So we could actually directly access the GIS maps if we wanted here. They also have the online portals here and pay taxes online. I wonder if those are the same thing. This is a search tool, which kind of gives us the option to, to search, to search records here. I don't know if I'm looking at the right one there or not.
Looks like a different search tool than I was looking at before.
Yeah,
Got myself confused. Let's go down and grab the number off that first property and see if we're able to pull it up.
Let's see the cause number.
It's the account number.
Oh, the account number. Oh, okay, so that's a nice little number. So would that be under ID, or do you just plug it in and it works?
It's a different search tool than I was using before, so I don't know. I just try to pull them on ball.
Oh, good. It does work. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let me zoom in just a bit. We've got get the property pulled up here. And let's see here if we can, for the map, let's go. I was hoping they had a layer here.
I think you've got to click on the map itself and pull up the map, but let's look at the property real quick and then we'll pull up the map. So one thing that we always check and look, and this is for a piece of land, but we'll check to see is the site address and the owner address, is it same, is it different? We can see that this is obviously a different address.
Yeah, which is always going to be the case with vacant land. Here we've got the mailing address for the owner. So the owner lives in Corpus Christi, and not at this property. But yeah, always important though whenever we're looking at properties, especially with improved properties. Something we're always checking out though.
And on the right-hand side up there, we can also see the improvement value. So there is, $660. I think that's just a pad. There used to be a mobile home pad. This is a mobile home lot, if I remember right. But if we scroll down, we can get a little bit more into the history. But there we can see that there's a little bit of value. If it was a home, then it would be split up.
Yeah, we can also see the legal description of the property can be handy too. We sometimes use that when we're looking to do searches because sometimes if we're looking at like a lot of liens, then the way that you can, you'll be able to locate yours from other liens will be using something like the legal description on the property. So that is something that comes up in many cases here. Oh, there's the trailer pad you mentioned that's on there.
Yeah, we can see the size, 0.34 an acre, 1,500 square feet, the improvement value, and I think the sales history is below that as well.
Yeah, there we've got the warranty deed in 1997. They don't give us a direct link to it, but we've got, we can see, we can pull it up. We've got the volume and page number.
Yeah, exactly. So we could pull it up if we need to. The fact that it was issued with a warranty deed way back in 1997, though, is good news for us, meaning that this property owner's owned it for a long time, and the last time it sold with a warranty deed. So it doesn't have multiple owners that we'd have to research.
Well, it's interesting. So this says indicated amount may not reflect delinquent tax due beyond a 5-year history. So they're basically saying this one can only go back 5 years, which is probably, like how far back they're limited by their records, but you can have properties that could have more than that in taxes owed. So, uh, this property probably hasn't had anything paid in a long time. In fact, yeah, we know going back to at least 2012. So it actually did go back further than 5 years for us. There's basically saying that they can't guarantee it, but it does show us clear back to 2012. So it shows us like 12 years worth of information on the history there of the property. And if we were to add that up, that's probably what we're looking at with the opening bid.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well. Let's take a look at the map real quick.
And it's going to be the interactive map that we're going to be looking at here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the base maps here first, and we can decide here, Eagle View. All right, so there we have at least an overhead view here with 2023 images, and so we can see what the property is here, where it's located at. We can see it's accessible by a public road here. So let me move this thing around a little bit. So there's the property here. You said, how big is it, Ian?
I think it's 0.35 an acre. See where there's kind of the grass pad between the trees. I think there used to be a cement pad there, and there used to be a mobile home on the lot many years ago. But it's been vacant, essentially a piece of vacant land.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. There was one right there.
Yeah, and I think that maps also gave you the address as well. You could look underneath. Go back to the view map section. To the record that we were looking at, the other record.
No, this one?
No, that one. And go to the view map again up at the top, because I think it had the Google map. I just want to see if it take you directly to where it's at, or if it just throws up Google Map for you.
Yeah, it pulls it up there for you. So we can get, that's an image from March of 2022, and yeah, we can see there are trees that have built up, grown up there in front of whatever used to be there. So yeah, that's the lot right there.
And I would assume it's a buildable lot, but we wouldn't just trust it's a buildable lot. Before buying it, we would go ahead and, look into the zoning code and make sure that it's a buildable lot and that we can use it.
Yeah. In fact, that would be the main thing that we would find out to make sure on it. It's it has good value though, and it's opening up at 13,000, which are still doable numbers. I mean, at that amount, I think it could still be a deal on the property here. But again, we'd look more into it. There's more properties here too. We've got this one right here that's right below it.
Would also check for any government liens on that lot as well.
Yeah, we would. Now let's see what this is. This one is This looks like a home that's on the water.
Yeah, in fact, we can look a little more into it when we look into the county records as well.
Yeah, let's pull
What
up
kind
that.
of value does it have?
They're saying 301. They're saying they're opening up at $14,000. So this one would have a high chance of redeeming, or a higher chance than than a lot of other properties would. Let's see if.
This is also where we can do a pre-foreclosure strategy on a property like this and buy it before it actually comes to the tax sale.
Yeah, so let's see. I think they're going to have a section down here. So here's all the improvements built in '83.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of interesting about those improvements is you can see some of the different improvements. So you can see obviously the main area, but you can see there's a swimming pool and a hot tub,
Yeah,
the dock, and you can see which year some of this stuff. You can also see a garage, was constructed in 2002.
yeah, yeah. The land itself they value at 192. That's interesting. So
It's actually the land's more valuable than the improvement.
yeah, yeah, it really is. The land is more valuable than the improvement. That's interesting. Now this is also interesting when we look at the history here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you can see that there was a special warranty deed, a quit claim,
hmm,
and this it's very possible that we would have to reach back to the warranty deed in 1995 uh, under that Wayne and Mary Lou. We might have to go ahead and research back to them. So at this case, we may have to research three owners to looking for any leads, because when Cornell sold it to the next owner, essentially they sold it using a quitclaim deed, which means that there could still be liens that would attach from one owner to the next owner.
yeah. Well, what we can also see here that that in the last case there, in 2017, yeah, that was just when it went to the special warranty deed, it was just for that life estate when it switched over. And so that was the change there for the special warranty deed, and that was when they purchased it here.
Yeah, really, I guess it's more of just two people, because it went, from being sold, it was in the person's name to essentially being underneath the life estate.
Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, we could search those names, and then what's nice too is in Texas they automatically include that tax record in this, so we don't have to pull up another page to see the full history. It actually gives us the complete history. So what we're looking at here is actually it's a partial lien because they paid once a year, but they didn't pay twice a year on those years, and
Yeah, they owned
it's,
part
it's
of
only
2020.
it's only those 2 years in that one right there.
Yeah, so what is that? A 2019, a 2021, and a 2022.
Well, 2022 is one way they paid.
Oh,
2023.
2023. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, but yeah, that basically kind of explains why you've got pretty good value there and a relatively low opening bid amount on that property. That's kind of interesting. Let's see. Hang on, just let me go back up here. Do we want to do a search here on the property, you think?
Let's just go ahead and look. I'm just interested to see what the market value on it is.
Well, let's use a couple of different sources here.
Like to see how close it is to what the county assesses.
Whoa, they value it at 509, so they're way over. Now let's see how close Redfin is on it. Well, and they can't find it. No, it's probably, I'll bet it's because of the way it's typed out.
Yeah, you could probably scroll down in there and maybe find it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth close to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's just a vacant lot there for 259. but it has, it has the improvement there. Oh, it maybe includes that thing. I
Yeah,
don't know, but yeah, it's pretty much just like the dock. It will go for 259 there, which makes sense when the homes are selling for $1 million. I think that's the area though that we're looking at. They just don't have all the properties.
yeah, you could. I haven't connected to all of them.
Yeah,
But if we were to really interested in buying this property, we would do a full comparative market analysis and look for the properties that have sold next to this property and use them as comparables. Plus, with a structured property, we're always going to get an on-site evaluation before
yeah,
buying.
yeah. We would need to get an on-site evaluation on it. Built in '83, it could be a good candidate though. Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's really valuable. I mean, despite the house, like it doesn't, the value of the house almost doesn't even matter. The lot is so valuable. Lots for, I mean, the lot is worth so much there.
Should we try checking one of these other properties? Let's check that one for this 20 grand worth 88.
All right, let's see what this one is. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here is our property here. And we can see the mailing address here. So the first thing we'll notice there is that, the site address and the mailing address are different.
You can also see underneath the property value that it's just land.
Yeah, it is just land value.
This is really where, the maps can come into such help.
Oh, and here, so it's some acreage. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
well, even the zoning said undeveloped land, so I'm interested to look at the GSI map,
Oh, it's 5.2 acres. That's what it is. 226,000 square feet. And
see if it has legal access. It kind of looks like it does. You can see kind of that road there.
yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, it does look like it. It looks like it has legal access here. Yeah, that's a dirt road, but it's still a road. Let's zoom out just a little bit here so we can see about where it's laid out. Is that the, oh, all right, those are, that's a river right there. Is that the Gulf? Oh
And
yeah, that is the Gulf. Yeah, not far away at all.
one thing that's interesting is in that location, there's homes out there as well. So you can see that some people have used these to make homesteads. So, chances are it's buildable, usable, 5 acres. We'd go ahead and check all of the zoning on it. Also maybe check for flood zones and things like that.
Yeah, and the other thing we would check here is, let's see, so here's where you've got, the total amount owed in taxes on the property. $1,000 in taxes here, a month on it here. Oh, but the ownership deed history doesn't show anything.
My only assumption, well, I was going to say maybe it's because it's so old, but what we'd have to do in that situation is look up the book and page number in the clerk's office to try to see if we can find a deed on it, because that is kind of interesting. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, yeah, that is weird. And we could search up the name there of, but yeah, that is kind of weird. Maybe they've owned it for a very long time. All I could think on it. These are probably lots too. Oh yeah, in fact, you can see these are on Joey, Drive. So they're, in that same on that same road. and probably in the same area. These are probably all lots. Each one of these ones, for starting out at 10 or 11,000. In fact, some of these, well, these ones actually
Probably
look,
the same. Could very well could be the same owner.
that'd be interesting. They probably really could be. There's a really fast way to find out. We can click on that, and yeah, it is the same owner. So
Hero Realty.
yeah, so what that means is that you could have a bunch of properties there that could either all go to the auction at the same time, or they could all end up kind of redeeming at the same time. That's probably the case here with a bunch of these.
I almost kind of wonder if these could be reoffers, because with that many back taxes, they should have gone to the tax sale before now.
Yeah, I think they probably are reoffers as well. And that in Texas they have they offer properties, regular tax sale properties, but if they don't sell at the auction, the county will hang on to them and then will sometimes throw them into the auction again when auctions come up, but not necessarily every auction. They just put them into some auctions, and so I think that's what we're looking at here too. Are some properties that were probably reoffers, and I'll bet all of these must be owned by that same owner. I'll bet, or at least a bunch of these. Is that different from the number I just looked at here? Yeah, that's 561, 562. Yeah, they are.
It makes me want to look a little bit more into the market value, because I'm kind of surprised, that they haven't sold yet. This may be some of these websites have only counties have just moved over from an online auction to from an on-site auction to an online auction, and there's actually you can get pretty good deals when a county does that a lot of times, because not all of the not a lot of people know that it's an online auction yet. Plus, you have the regulars that would go to the auction, and only some of them may move over to do the online auctions.
Yeah, like every single one of these with addresses are like big acreage of land, like 2 or 3 acres or 5 acres or 10 acres of land is, the ones that have value on them. The last one, uh, let's see, this one right here. So this one has an estimated minimum of 72 and says it's valued at 179. Let's see what this one, oh, wrong one. And this one is owned by the county trustee.
It's county held.
Yeah, this is county held, and they don't have it mapped. Oh no, they do have it mapped. All right. Let's just delete that one. Let's pull up the interactive map thing here.
Looks like wetland to me.
Yeah, it's not real promising. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. What a weird lot. Like, I don't know how, I mean,
Is that a dirt road or railroad tracks? If that's a railroad tracks, you wouldn't even have.
yeah, it's railroad tracks. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
not,
real.
oh, there's access right there. But if that's a road, I don't know if that's an official road or not.
Yeah, it looks like it could be, but yeah, that's probably a property we'd want to avoid.
Yeah, that one is a junk property. So there's some on here, that are worth avoiding here. They don't have addresses. One other here that doesn't have an address I'm just interested in seeing. This one's also valued at 88,000, and it is, oh, this one's actually just a half acre.
Yeah. See if it'll pull up on the. It's not even showing you the map preview.
I know it's a little bit bizarre. I think we've got a complete address here on it. Oh, it does pull it up though. Yeah, so I know this is just like a non-home site.
Yeah, I almost wonder if there could be a demolition attached. I'd check that before bidding
Oh
on it.
yeah, you can see the mailing address is the same, so this one is one that was, that was basically owner occupied.
Look at the tax history because I'll bet it's been delinquent for a while.
Yeah,
1958.
that's the oldest I've seen in a while. It was like a special warranty deed. Okay, so yeah, let's see how far back they only go back to 2013, but they were paid back then actually. It didn't start going delinquent until 2017. So it's delinquent for 2017 forward.
You can see some of the different charges that they have for county roads and flood, and the just the county itself, city taxes there, kind of all rolled up within this.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting properties though, and good records. These are really helpful records for determining or figuring out what's going on with the property. That is one nice thing about all these types of records. These assessment records or the tax collector records we're looking at, or if we're doing a search into the property deeds, those records as well.